Yeah, he had a bit of a shocker, Horne-Francis. It looks like he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, which is a big issue for North Melbourne, and they'd be doing everything they possibly can to keep him engaged and keep him at the club. And part of that, I think your draftee should be signed on for 3 years.
Yep.
To give you plenty of time. But this is a two-way thing, and to give the kid plenty of time. You don't want to be getting dropped off after 2 when you're still probably maturing, getting a handle on senior men's football. I think 3 years should be locked in, and then it probably gives you the opportunity to not – because they want to work to make him the best player he's possibly going to be, but you've got to fit into a system. So the under-18 system is vastly different to professional football because it's all about roles and learning systems,
I think Horne-Francis was playing in the Sandful last year, so he would have had some idea about senior football.
Yeah. I mean, but it's not just about going up against men's bodies.
No.
He's probably been pushed through and getting a lot of touches, whereas that's not what your job is. I mean, you have a couple of players get a lot of touches, but you've got to play in a system, and you're going to get a lot of feedback from some very experienced people, and I think that's coming obviously from Goldstein, we saw on the weekend, and no doubt the coaching staff with experienced people like David Noble and John Blakey there as well. So I think, lock them in for 3 years, gives you a bit of security for both the player and the club to be able to develop the kid or develop yourself.
And some of these young guns get ahead of themselves a little bit. Like they're treated like rock stars at the draft. Like there's almost a week of media, there's press conferences, there's photo shoots. Yeah. And they are treated like rock stars. So I think that sometimes they get a little bit ahead of themselves and, they're only 18 and haven't played a game yet, but they feel like they're household names. I'm not saying Horne-Francis is like that, but some of them are like that. And there was always a go-home factor that North are going to have to fight against because the Adelaide clubs are circling. He liked that Instagram post where they had a trade with North and Port Adelaide, so he's just got to be a little bit smarter about that.
My advice to North Melbourne, if I can offer something, if he wants to go, let him go. Get a couple of first-rounders for him. If he doesn't want to be there, let him go.
Ultimately, that's what it will get down to. And I think clubs are pretty professional the way they assess that. But I think that's where the extra time to get him into the system. And he might be doing a lot of things right, but it just wasn't a great look on the weekend.
Especially him barking down orders to Todd Goldstein. It's like, who are you?
You got a bloke that's borderline Hall of Famer at the end of his career in Goldstein, and you got to take feedback. You got to take feedback at any stage.